Let's talk about Marathonk. Withdrawn from the market indefinitely. No potential future release date. That is unfortunately the correct move, Sony. They cannot afford another Concord. In fact, they might just push it out further to help offset the loss that they could experience. Because they can't afford another tragedy like Concord. We laugh about it and we have a good chuckle about Concord and how funny that is. And it is funny, but it's really dark comedy with Concord because it was an utter and total failure. Hundreds of millions invested. They bet the farm on that game. And they lost the farm completely. And they have all this content that they spent hundreds of millions of dollars producing that they can't use because the launch was such a disaster. They can't even peter out like all of the production that they did on that thing. You have to remember there was ongoing revenue budgeted and planned for that game. It's not just the initial sale of the game and the revenue generated. This was a live service, so there's supposedly going to be releases of content that's already produced. It's already they own it. They're sitting on it, and they might as well be sitting on a freaking roadkill because there's nothing. They can't even use it. They can't even use. There's nothing they can do. There's nothing they can do with it. But they've spent hundreds of millions of dollars to produce it, and they had intended for that. So there's holes in their budget now and still into the future. They had planned incremental releases of new content and new cutscenes and to continue the engagement, and they had all of this like pre-deployed and developed and paid for, and the launch was such a disaster. I don't know if we really understand. I do because of budgeting, and I know how things work as far as like when you project out what your profitability is going to be and things like that. This is devastating. Concord is still, the aftershocks of that are still reverberating, and Sony cannot afford another Concord, and they're gun shy, and they should be, because even if they release Marathon to a tepid response, it's just lost revenue, more brand damage. They can't afford it, man, and they're scared. They're scared to release Marathonk, and they should be, because that thing. If that thing doesn't hit,